We're going to go through how to build yourself a little base in Where Winds Meet. It's worth noting that the features for this are not fully functional yet. There is going to be a whole village simulation available later on. In this instance, we're just going to go through how to get things built. Now, I believe the only requirement is that you reach character level 25. I've seen it mentioned that there is a specific quest you need to do, which is this building one last job. However, I have not done that on this character. It's actually still up there and available. But if you do need to find it, that is where you're going to find it on the map, just in case that is something that you require. So once you've reached level 25 then, you should now see that when you bring up your radio menus, that at the top we have construction mode. You can see that. I press right trigger on the PlayStation controller, and now I'm able to build. Initially, you will probably start out with your camera circling around your character. If you want to change this, you can see we have the option there with the 4 squares to change this to enable free camera. This is going to allow you to move the camera freely. There don't seem to be too many limitations on what and where we can build. Like if you see this foundation that I have here that I'm just going to use as an example, I can build this way out in the distance, and if I place a block down here, fast travel away, that's going to stay there. I don't think we have to stake any claims or anything like this. We can just basically do whatever we want. Another cool tip is if you put this where a tree is, the tree will in fact be removed. You will need to use foundations for this. Like normal flooring and stuff didn't seem to have the same effect. So if you use some foundations, you can clear trees out and then build wherever you want to build, which is why I'm in the position that I'm in, because when I was selecting for where I wanted my base or building to be, I wanted to be in a place that was kind of nice, had some flat land around it, and would also be close to a fast travel point. So just in case you want to know where I'm using, we are using the Wayfarer Granary fast travel. That also means I have easy access to the campfire as well when I make myself a little base. This is in Kaifeng. You guys can go ahead and use pretty much wherever you want to use. Once you've selected a spot, then you've cleared it out a little bit. It's going to be as simple as you might imagine. You can go ahead, start placing your foundations down, just because that's going to make it a little bit easier to build on. You can see that you get some when it comes to overlapping parts of the structure, so you can do whatever you want with it. And if you do happen to place one in an awkward place, just go ahead. You can remove it nice and easily. I feel like the free building is a little bit janky. Parts don't seem to snap together very well. Like if I put a couple of walls on this, and we'll talk about selecting parts in a second, and then I want to try and put a roof on there. The roof doesn't really snap to the base very well. So I can't like put a few walls in, snap a roof on, and then build the base around the roof. That's not something that's easy to do. I can place the roof in midair though, and maybe we could build down from there. But just so you guys can see, it can be something that you just have to work around with a little bit so that you can get the parts to fit together that you want to use. Something that does make this easier though is there are prefabs, and just in case you're wondering how I have so many items down here, you can see we have this triangle over on the side, and that brings up all of our different structural options. This of course expands as you find all of the blueprints out in the world, so make sure you're keeping an eye out for those. And over on the end, you're actually going to find presets, which means if you want to have something that's a little bit easier, you can go ahead, you can add that to your hotbar instead, and then you can place that down and have something that's already nicely built. Let's give this a go. Of course, I'd need to fiddle around with that a little bit. I probably need to move those trees out of the way because I think they're interfering with it. And this is going to put in a blueprint, and as you can see, we have the fill option here. So whilst I'm in the build menu, I can basically just add in the materials to fill that up. Or if I want to, for whatever reason, I don't know why they made this separate, we can leave the build menu and I can decide to fill it up close and personal. So you can see here, I can auto complete this. Now, of course, I don't actually want to finish this because it's in the wrong position. So I'm instead going to choose to remove it instead, just so I can get all of my materials back. And that is the basics of how to build yourself a home. You can see it's removed a load of grass there. It's going to look ugly if I don't put something there, right? You guys will see the finished product in the thumbnail. I hope that helps you guys out.